guys? I'm back. Okay, so they finally let me back onto YouTube. Hold on, I need to fix this and center this a little bit. Okay, so they finally let me back on YouTube. And it's so funny because I put in the subject, I'm back. YouTube finally let me out. The lizards finally let me out of YouTube prison. It was spooling, and it utterly refused to load. So then I went back again a second time, and I put the lizards let me out of prison. Yes, I do call them lizards. It refused to load. So finally I just put I'm back. And then pop, it just went on. So all those who are in, say hi. Say hi in the chat box. Hi. The lizards and reptiles and gargoyles and snakes and serpents and scorpions and dragons and dragon people and the Anunnaki and the six-toed creatures and the six-fingered creatures and the tall grays and the scaly ones and the vril. They finally, who work at Google, yes, they are a pack of lizards. They finally let me out of YouTube prison. Round of applause. She's back. Okay, so the only people who are allowed to make music online are the corporations. Not that I was making music, but thanks. The only people who are allowed to play music online are the corporations who can make music. So the reason why they sent me to YouTube prison for 3 months was because I was playing copywritten music. And one of the snakes that work at Google reported me. Now, here's what I have to say about that, okay? If I am not making money off of copywritten music, okay, if I'm not making money, oh yeah, of course I know about CMOS. Oh yeah, CMOS is good for the skin and the blood and the circular system. CMOS is good too. CMOS is really, really, really good. So the only people who are allowed to make money playing music on YouTube are the corporations. And I'm like, fuck you. Like, if I'm not monetizing the content, I am promoting your music. I'm promoting your music. It's like if a DJ, you go to a club and a DJ plays the music. He's promoting your music. And if he spins it right, people are going to buy your music. So YouTube put me into YouTube prison for copyright strikes. First they lied and they said, no, nothing will happen to you. You'll be able to make videos, just take it down. I took it down and then they banned me. They put me in YouTube prison for 3 fucking months. 3 months. I can't wait until they dismantle Facebook and they regulate the shit out of it. I can't wait till they regulate the shit out of YouTube. I can't wait till they regulate the shit out of all of these things. You know why? Because these people act like fucking Nazis. Okay? If I am not making money off of your music, you should be happy that I am playing your music. Why? And I like old music, right? Exactly. Because it's exactly, Emmy, you get it. Because it's advertising the music and people be like, oh my God, I remember when I first heard that song, and then they're going to want to buy it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, so what I did that got me into YouTube prison was I decided to have a YouTube party. And I was thinking about this for a long time. And I was thinking, okay, 1 week I'm going to do a YouTube party. And then the next week we're going to do a YouTube movie, right? Where we all get together, all of our group, we get together and we watch a good movie. So I'm like, I'm not doing any modern movies. I'm going to do like the old movies where the copyrights are public and no one will come after you. So like the movies from the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, black and white movies, right? Where the copyrights are all expired and it's all in the public domain and no one cares, right? And you'd be surprised. You'd be really surprised the kind of like really good movies. Like if you see those old sci-fi movies, really good sci-fi movies, that you're just like, these people know something. So guys, I'm gonna write something. Look into black and white sci-fi movies, okay? Because a lot of these black and white sci-fi movies, is anyone a sci-fi movie buff? Black and white sci-fi movie buff? Love it. But I can never remember the names of the movies. And a lot of these old sci-fi movies, right? The black and white one from the 40s, the 30s, 40s, and 50s. It has a lot to do with experimentation. Around nuclear experimentation, you know, these type of biomedical experimentation. If you watch these old movies, you'll be like, these people were actually doing this. And they tell you in these movies, you know, like you would see like these military nuclear experimentation on these islands, and there's a nuclear fallout, and all of a sudden, some of the insect species begin to morph, right, into giants, gigantes. And you see them begin to morph into these giant creatures, and then they begin to attack the people that come there and stuff like that. And you begin to wonder, you're like, then you think of things like Skinwalker Ranch and some of these ranches in Arizona and Nevada that get attacked by these giant, you know, insect creatures and all this shit. And you're like, you begin to think and you begin to wonder, right? The Blob. You know, it's so funny. I met someone yesterday. I was telling them about my love of black and white sci-fi movie. And that The Blob is one of the most famous black and white sci-fi movies. And they're from the town that The Blob was created in. The Blob. I just had this conversation yesterday. You know, that's funny. So if you watch these old sci-fi movies, right, you find out, you look at it and you're like, no, these people, they're not making up these movies. They were actually doing these types of experiments. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to do like a Friday night. Hold on. What if, even if you didn't monetize the music? Yeah, they put me, I wasn't monetizing the music. What I was trying to do, there are old guys, you gotta go watch the old black and white movies, okay? So Frankie, let me answer your question. I wasn't monetizing it. What I was trying to do was, I was like, okay, a lot of TTIs, I don't call us TIs anymore because it's not TTIs, it's actually technological trafficking. A lot of TTIs, let me write down this, TTIs, okay? That's what I call us, TTIs. That's the correct term. A lot of TTIs, they don't go out to clubs, they never have a good time, they're always depressed because they're being assaulted, monitored, stalked, harassed, followed, lied on, slandered, all this shit. So I said to myself, I said, look, it would be wonderful to have a party every Friday for TTIs, a virtual party, right? So I was like, okay, let's go back and listen to all the classics because I didn't want to play any music that was modern because of copyright strikes, right? So I was like, let me go play some old music, like some Michael Jackson, universal music, that Bob Marley, music that we all knew, music that we like, you know, world music, so that we can have a private party every Friday. YouTube, it was like an hour and 30 minutes into the party. Exactly. It was an hour and 30. We were jamming. We were having so much fun. I had to pull down the video, guys. We were having so much fun in this party, and then boom, they shut it down. And they sent me a message and they said, okay, someone reported a copyright strike. Bullshit. It was someone at YouTube. And they said, all I have to do, nothing's going to happen to my account. Just take down the video. After I took down the video, boom, they hit me. They said, 3 months, you can't live stream. I'm like, YouTube, you're idiots. You know why? I said, think about all the people who like old music, right? And they want to be, if I had the money, right? If I had the money, I would create a social media. If I had the money, I would create a social site. And the social site is for music lovers, for movie lovers, right? People who like old movies and old music, not anything modern because those are copyrights, copyright issues. But even the older music still has copyright issues, right? So I would create a site where groups of people who like old movies, old music, we can come together and watch movies together. And we chit chat with each other watching the movie. We're not in a movie theater. We're all each in our own home, but it's a group of us watching the movie and we can communicate. It's a group of us. This is what I was trying to do. It was a group of us who loved Michael Jackson, and we played soca music, we played salsa, we played Morna, we played Buena Vista Social Club. We were all over the place. We were having so much fun. And in came the lizards at YouTube and decided, no fun for you, ban. And I'm like, right? So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted us to, let me sit back. I wanted us to have, because I'm too close. I wanted us to have a place where we could get together one time a week. We could listen to music that we liked. We could laugh. We could have memories. We were going back and forth. We were chit-chatting. We had so much fun. And YouTube said, we can't do it. So screw you, YouTube. So, and then the other thing I wanted to do was the movies. And I said, okay, I'm going to do like 30s, 40s, and 50s movies because the copyrights are old and the copyrights are public. So I won't get copyright strikes on my channel, So now I'm just like, I can't even risk it because even if it's 30, 40, 50, they might still hit me with copyright strikes. So I'm trying to see if I can petition YouTube, and I'm like, screw YouTube. If someone is smart and they have the money or the capability, it would be so great if there's a way where people can get together. Look at how many people are here now. People can get together and we could watch movies remotely. We could go to a remote party. You understand? We could go to a remote party and we sit down, we chit chat, we have a beer, we have a drink, we laugh, we talk, we enjoy each other without the dragon known as YouTube fucking, shutting down the goddamn page. As long as we don't monetize it. And if they choose to monetize the video after that, then, I don't see why they can't say, okay, yeah, why don't you do that? And then here's what. Because it's a copyright issue, when you upload the video, then we'll just monetize it for all the people coming to watch it. You see what I'm saying? You could build a whole community around this. But again, YouTube was like, no. So I went into YouTube lizard prison for three goddamn months. I'm like, 1 month? Okay, 3 months. Can you imagine? YouTube sucks. I love YouTube, but it's like they're getting worse. They're getting more and more draconian. I can't wait till they like break these companies apart. Okay, so that's basically that. Let me see if I can answer some of your questions. Okay. That's what I was thinking, Frankie. I was like, we're marketing old video. Everyone loves Michael Jackson. Everyone who's ever heard Buena Vista Social Club loves them. Everyone loves soca and calypso, salsa. All these, we were playing rock. They just shut up. They're so evil, these people. Okay, so Emmy, you said a vacation meetup. What do you mean? Like like together in real life? Exactly. Okay, so there are some things I want to tell you guys. Oh, okay, got it. There are some things I kind of want to tell you guys, okay? But I don't want to tell you guys like this because I'm not going to tell you guys like this because there's a lot of perps, a lot of trolls online, and trolls are perps. So I'm not going to do that. Did anyone look into any of the information that I gave them? Did anyone get any of the audits done? Did anyone follow up with anything I told them to do? By the way, if you're not having a beer or a wine cooler, get one. Let's have some fun. Even though I can't play music because the YouTube criminals. One time I uploaded a video and the salsa music was playing in the background, and they were like, you can't upload the video because the salsa music was playing in the background. Johnny, there's no way to get around it. But they're so stupid. They're so stupid at YouTube. I mean, these people are geniuses, but obviously they just act like terrorists. Because think about what I'm trying to do, right? Look at how many people are here. There are 19 people here. If 19 people get together and we're having a YouTube party, just 19 of us, we're having a YouTube party. When I upload the video, YouTube, okay, who has the money and the power, could say, look, whatever songs she plays that has copyrights attached to them, we're going to put commercials. And anyone watching this video, right, we're going to monetize it. And then anyone watching it, some of the proceeds go back to the copyright owners. It's as simple as that. Let's say with a YouTube movie, it's as simple as that. You can't monetize it. They could just say, look, you can't monetize it, but we can. And because we have the relationship with the copyright owners, we could give them a percentage of the royalties. It's as simple as that. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, nope. Okay, good, Mariko. Very good. So let us know how the setup, remember how to take it. Just use 10 pods. You boil it like a tea. No milk, no sugar. You drink it. Do not go out that night and the next morning. Give yourself, let's say you take it about 6 o'clock. Don't go outside the house until after 12 the next day, because when you start to flush, you start to flush. Hi, Della. So there's no way around the copyright issue. Okay. So does anyone have any updates for me? I've been out of the loop. You're welcome, Marika. You're welcome. I've been out of the loop for a long time. Getting stuff done. Okay, sorry, I'm playing with something in my hand. And of course, I couldn't get on YouTube because the prison industrial complex of social media threw me into prison. No SIG, I don't know what that means, CAG. So what I wanted to talk about was, I wanted to come on and make a video, a scathing rebuke of YouTube, calling them the new prison industrial complex. I'm good. I just couldn't really make any videos, I couldn't really make any live videos because I was in YouTube prison. And I began to think when I was in YouTube prison, and it dawned on me, could this be the next step? Could social prisons be the futuristic prisons of tomorrow? What do I mean by that? Let's have a conversation about this. Yeah, so YouTube gave me a list of songs that I can play, when I'm making videos. But I'm like, if you don't know those songs, you wouldn't even know what to dance to, But here's the concept, guys. So when I was in YouTube prison, right, we're seeing that Facebook has a market cap of I don't know if it's 50 billion, some ridiculous amount of money. Okay, I can't really go online right now to look at these numbers. Then you see Google. Google has a large market cap. Actually, I have the numbers here somewhere. You see that Google has a large market cap. Apple has a large market cap. Facebook has a large market cap. But let's look at social media. And when I was in social media prison, I began to think. I said, wait, it's that easy to X someone out of their online social presence. And today's economy, today's branding, today's valuation, okay, if you're a person, has a lot to do with your social media presence. And I think of countries like China that is giving people things like social scores. And if you have a low social score, you are literally X'd out of society. So I began to think, I said to myself, when you look at TTIs is the technological prison system, where if the powers that shouldn't be, or the lizards that shouldn't be, who run this planet, are using technological trafficking and sentencing people to science instead of prisons, which they still do, instead of the nut houses, mental institutions, which they still do. Could it be that the next phase, that the lizards who are in power, and I call them lizards, who are in power are like, we are going to abolish prisons. And there will be two kinds of prisons. I began to think. The first prison is the technological trafficking prison, where the person has the appearance of someone who is free. But by all means and purposes, they are monitored, tracked, hacked, and physically and violently assaulted with invisible weapons. No need for a physical prison with four walls when you are a prisoner in your body. Then I began to think about how much there are two types of interactions that we have today. There's the person-to-person physical, or people-to-person physical interactions that we have. And then there's a global interaction that we have that we're sharing right now, which is the social interaction. To deal with the person-to-person interaction and prisons, they use the technological trafficking program. But to deal with universal reach, like the internet and social media, they're going to implement what? Social prisons. Unfortunately, I opened this on the wrong screen, so I can't go and do some live screen searches. You know why Google doesn't just update this so you can do everything at once, whatever, right? So I began to think, after they put me in YouTube prison for 3 months, could it be that banning people, throwing people off their channel has more than arrogancy here? It's more than them just being arrogant, because they are arrogant and pesky and miserable. They hate free speech because they're literally terminating people's channels for no reason. I said, could it be that there was a far more nefarious agenda? Because I always believed when the internet went commercial, now the internet was not commercial when it was originally built. It was built for the scientific community and the military community, right? Then it went on to government, and then it became commercial. I believe that when it originally went commercial, the goal was to spy on the public. They did not anticipate that the public would use it to spy on them. Get it? Think about what I'm telling you. I'm not painting a doomsday picture. I'm just getting you to think here for a second. When the internet went public, it was a means of getting data mining information from the public and being able to use that information in whichever way they see fit. What they didn't anticipate when the internet went public was that the public would want to know, why is it that the world is run the way it's run? For example, why are countries having GDPs in the trillions, and there's so much poverty? Why is it that, for example, a minerally or resource-rich continent like Africa is so poor, as an example? Why is it that 800,000 people go missing in the United States every year, as an example? They didn't foresee that social media and the internet would be taken and then reversed and then used as a means of information dissemination outside of their scope. And I think in their planning, part of what they wanted to do was things like the social media prison, where you can literally disrupt a person's life off of the internet economy, and literally destroy their lives. Think about this program for a second. Much of this TTI program that you're in, 90% of it has to do with the internet. 90% the internet, television, satellites, cell phones, the dark web. Why? Because the bulk of this program and body area networks hooked up to all these things. Why? Because of technology, the maluse of technology. And if they created social media to benefit them, may or may not benefit us, but as a means of what? Spying on us. And when I was in YouTube prison, it came to my realization that YouTube and social media as a whole, the bad side of it would be to socially outcast people. And when you get a bad name on social media, a bad name on social media is worse than being thrown into this program. Because on social media, when you get a bad name on social media, it goes around the whole goddamn globe. You understand? Like, this program could be local to your city, local to your state, local to your country. But if you get a bad name on social media, it ricochets around the planet. You see? So I began to think, social media, the social industrial complex. That's what I call it. The social industrial complex. The social industrial complex. And we're beginning to see the social industrial prison complex. The social industrial prison complex. And I began to look, and I saw people on social media. Facebook routinely throws them into Facebook prison. YouTube has been tossing people into prison left and right and taking off their channels and deeming this one fake news. And I'm like, look, I don't agree with everything that people say on the internet. I don't. But I sure still agree with their right to say it. You understand? you can use it. Heather, you can use it, So I'm like, people say racist stuff, people say prejudiced things, people have, their positions, whatever. I'm like, I don't care. Don't tell me what is good news from what is bad news. You don't get to determine what I believe. I want to make the decision if I think ABC is telling the truth or I think a YouTuber is telling the truth. You don't get to tell me what's the real news. That is my decision. You don't get to tell me what's fake news from what's not fake news. That is my decision, not yours. And when I was in YouTube prison, I began to see so many people getting thrown off the internet. Pulled off the internet. And it hit me. The social industrial prison complex. And in China, they have what is known as the social score. meaning your internet behavior. So if you get out of line, they, like the creditors, will reduce your score. And the problem with a social score, they attribute a number to you, your name and your number. Funny enough, Vav 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 is 666 in Hebrew. They attribute a number to your name via your usage of the internet. And if your social score is low, you literally get ostracized from society. The prison, the social industrial prison complex. So not only do these lizards have, and I call them lizards, have this technological trafficking program where they're kidnapping people and trafficking them using technology, illegal technology in their bodies. There's a simultaneous program that they're beginning to execute and roll out where they're ostracizing people on social media. And they're using trolls to do it, agents to do it. Hi Dennis. Yeah, but now it's cold, so there's no more outdoor in Central Park. You know, so, and what's really amazing to me is that you go about your day as a TTI and people know that you're innocent. They know what these people have done to you and they choose to believe these people. And I was having a conversation today and I said, look, when they roll out these slave camps, okay, when they roll out these FEMA camps and these whatever, these cages that they're going to put people in and cut off their heads, people are going to be like, no, it's not a concentration camp. No, you're not going to have to pay rent. That's the way people think. No, they're lying. Don't believe them. Go into the camps because it's rent free. Meanwhile, they're sending you to your death, right? This is how they're going to portray it in the media. No, these are not death camps. These are not re-education camps. These are not work slave labor camps. No, you don't have to pay rent there. They're lying. You see, if you don't go into these camps, you're going to have to pay rent to your landlord. But if you go to these camps, you won't have to pay rent. See, if you don't get a chip, something happens to you, they won't be able to find you. But if you put this chip in your body, see, they'll know where you are. All you got to do is just work. Work. You don't have to pay for, rent. You don't have to pay for food. Meanwhile, it's a goddamn death camp. This is the mentality we're dealing with, folks. This is the mentality we're dealing with. Am I wrong? Does anyone else see that? So when a person gets ostracized, like a TTI, or they get ostracized by the social industrial prison complex runners, okay, like the prison guards for social media, people are like, they chastise the person instead of finding out, what really went on. And what we're seeing two parallel prison systems. And I began to think, they're going to be Xing out these prisons. I'm telling you, they're going to be Xing out. Give them 100, 200 years. There's not going to be a need for prisons anymore. There's not. You're going to be sentenced to science, okay? Or you're going to be a TTI. And once you're either sentenced to science or TTI, then you're going to be ostracized socially by the social media prison guards. I'm saying within 200 years, they're going to be Xing out the prison systems. There won't be any need for it because all they have to do is just put one of these devices in the person. Think about what I'm telling you. And don't be surprised if they don't say things like, look, the federal prisons cost us $10 billion, $50 billion a year. Why would we? That's a waste of money. All we have to do is just put this chip in them. When we find them guilty, we'll just put this microchip in them. put this body area network in them, put this band network in them, put this W band network, put this bionics implants in them, put these MEMS implants in them. Why spend $50 billion on housing prisoners when we could just put one of these wireless body area networks, right? And we can monitor and track them. And we can monitor and track them and their social activity, monitor and track them in their home. Janny, the labor in prison is not free. They pay them. I think they pay them like 10 cents a day. It's slave wages. They pay them like 10, 15 cents an hour or 10 cents a day, something like that. It's not 100% free. They still pay them. They still pay them. But when you look at the cost, the expenses, okay, the expenses to house a prisoner, okay, you have states who are like, oh, these costs are too much. I foresee that they will be phasing out the physical prison industrial complex. And they're going to say if someone commits a crime, because they always have to have a reason to do this. You see what I'm saying? And one of the reasons is, no, we need to protect society. Meanwhile, they're the ones causing all the crime. It's them. It's the perps. All the crime in the United States is caused by perps. All crime in the US is caused by perps. That's their job, to commit crimes and to get innocent people locked up in prison. Right? When you begin to look at this, you're going to see, look at the news carefully. Look at exactly, Father. Look at the news. One day sit down and watch the news. And when they tell you about this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, you're going to be like, it's the same fucking perps who are causing the goddamn crime. I'm telling you. People think I'm telling you, it's perps causing all the goddamn crime. And what's interesting about the crime in the United States is that 90% of the people in the prisons who tend to be Black, they haven't seen a judge. So I don't even want to go into the prison statistics right now, but think about what I'm telling you. 200 years. They're going to say, no, we need to save money. We can't be spending $50 billion on prisons. But listen, society, we have a better way. See this little microchip? Look at what we can do with a lion. Let's put the microchip in a lion. And the lion is coming out. And then in midair, they press a button. And the lion is like, and then, oh my God, that can stop a rapist. Think about what I'm telling you. Oh my God. You know, if a rapist goes to prison and he's a rapist, if he gets out of prison, he's still a rapist. But if they put this microchip in them, he'd be able to stop him from thinking about raping. Think about where this is going, guys. You see what I'm saying? Mariko, I believe you 100%. I did a video about my so-called rap sheet. When I went to immigration asked me the question, have you ever been to arrested? I was like, no. He was like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, of course. I lived in this body 38 years. I don't know if I was arrested. He said, well, you have an arrest. I'm like, what? So I go down and I'm like, sir, I've never been on the inside of a jail and I've never been arrested. Long story short, they told me to submit my fingerprints. I submitted my fingerprints to get the records. Then on the official record, it says your fingerprints was not used to prove that this record is you. I kid you not. The super chat. Hi, G. You could just do a super chat. Hold on. So there's a super chat at the bottom. Just click the super chat and just put, how much you want to put there. So back to Mariko. I hope that answers the question, Z. Back to Mariko. Let me see, Mariko. Yep. That's how I found out I had a record. I was in immigration. You should have seen the look on my face. I was just like, are these people serious? Then when I pulled the official record, oh my God, I sat there, I was like, this was in 2002. 2002, I was trying to start a business. I would remember in 2002 if I was arrested, because 2002 was the year I was trying to start a business. And they have a record on me. Okay, so I know how these people think. No, I don't have an encrypted Proton Mail, and I don't believe, I'm not sure if encryption works. Okay, because when it gets to my end, it still has to be decrypted. Okay, they can protect it while it's traveling through the servers, but when it gets to your email and you open it, because you got to remember, they screen interface, okay, with us, okay? So it's not a matter of when the message is going through, it's a matter of them literally having a live screen of what's going on your computer on their end, what's going on your phone on their end. That's the difference. They screen interface. So encryption doesn't protect you. And I'm surprised. I'm like, if these people are serious about protection on the internet, what they would do is create a black screen. Not encryption, a black screen. What's a black screen? If someone decides to hack into your phone or hack your computer, when they hack you, you see how I'm watching you and you're watching me? Okay, that's what the perps are doing. Exactly, remote view. So if they were serious about things like internet security is good for things like viruses, okay? But when it comes to things like hacking, when they can remote view your computer and see you in real time, like you're watching me and I'm watching you, they should create a black screen. So when they hack your device, when they try to interface with your device, the only thing that shows up is a black screen. That tells me these people are not serious about internet security. They're not. Dennis Allen, to answer your question, let me break it down to you like this. If you're seriously in this program, listen to what I'm saying to you carefully. That means a couple of things. The first thing is you probably have a fraudulent arrest that wasn't you. The second thing is you have identity theft. The third thing is that you're on the dark web. And now to the meat of the matter, how they make their money. There more than likely is insurance claims taken out on you. There are types of insurance that you can take out if the person is alive, but let's say they're mentally ill. They can collect a check as you get sick. So the sicker you get, the more money they get. Then there's a final claim. Okay, there's a final claim where when you die, they get the full lump sum payouts. Okay, so if you are genuinely in this program, someone has insurance out on you, because that is how they make their money. The other thing is that you are owed a large amount of money of which you don't know where that money is. And the people who know that that money belongs to you either want to lock you away in a nut house, put you away in prison, or have you murdered and gotten rid of so they can collect your money. So the root of this is not happening without someone making money off of you. The third way they make money is that when they sell you to the biomedical, sentencing you to science, when they sell you to these biomedical companies, okay, they make money. When they sell you to the tech companies to experiment on for brain to computer interface, they make money. When they sell you into programs like these biomedical programs like autism or dementia or these biomedical research programs, they make money. And a lot of college students, unbeknown to you, are paid to go around and to find innocent people to throw into these programs, and they get a referral fee. That's how it's done. It's not total, but that's part of the way it's done. ME, absolutely. You're not lying, because part of the program is designed to change the way you look. And one of the things they do is they try to change the shape of your face. All of a sudden, you see the symmetry with your eyes. One eye will be up here, the other eye will be down here. See the symmetry of your face? Your face starts looking like this. Your head starts swelling like me, for example. I look fit to you, but I know that this is not my correct weight. So you can gain weight. They can make you gain weight. Oh, yes, it does. They can change, your dental work, sometimes in some of my videos, but they do this using CGIs. Like you see here, I'm fit, but I look feminine. When you go back to some of my videos, they shrink my neck, something like this. And then my shoulders are like all the way out here. So I literally look like a man. Go back to some of my videos. They change my face so that my face would look manly. And then they make my shoulders like all the way out to here. And then they shrink my neck. So I look like, like seriously, go look at some of my old videos. They use CGI to literally distort the way I look. And then sometimes they would try to they would even try to make my hand look like man hands. I mean, these people are crazy. Okay. They are crazy. Okay. But the more you become ill, the more money they make. So you're literally like cattle. Okay. You're literally like cattle. Yeah. Yep. Post AI. Post artificial intelligence. The God tech. God tech, where you're literally going to be living in a realm where you can't see anything assaulting you physically, but it's all doing it. It's all doing it. Yep. Featherlight, I told you. Yep. Absolutely. It's all fraud. It is all fraud. This is why I said in a video, you have to get audits done. You have to get digital audits done. Let me write this down again. Let me tell you some of the types of audits you need. So digital audits are one. You need bug sweep of your home is another. You need, okay. This is the biggest one, insurance fraud investigation. Why? Because this is how they get paid. You need a dark web audit. Why? Because much of this is being run on the dark web. Your remote neural monitoring is done on the dark web. Okay? Hold on, let me answer Z for a second. Hi, Z. Let me see something. Okay, did you... 1 second. I sent you a message up there because you asked, I wanted to answer a question. Okay, ME, it's important that you get these implants disabled. You have to get these devices that's inside of you disabled. Yeah, and if little by little, you got to keep detoxing. Keep detoxing internally, externally. When you detox, I keep telling people this. If you detox and you don't go to the bathroom and eliminate, not just one, but two, excuse my language, but two, eliminate two, all of that garbage is in you. If you eat dairy and you have implants in you, and you eat a lot of meat and you have implants in you, okay, you will become sick because the implants slow your metabolism. The implants are designed to slow your metabolism, decrease your metabolism, okay, and block you from eliminating. And the implants, they work because the digesting food in your body is what's the word I'm looking for? Is giving off dirty frequency that will make you sick. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to use these devices as a weapon against your body internally to make your body make you sick. Okay? This is why you have to detox. I know a lot of you are Christians and they're like, I'm not going to do yoga. You got to stretch, stretch, stretch. Why? Because it allows for proper circulation. The implants are designed to cut off the circulation, the blood and oxygen to your brain. ME, and are you feeling better? Fermented foods. Now that the weather is changing and winter's coming, include a lot of vegetable soups in your diet. You can do green soups. You can do pumpkin soups, like an orange or squash soup. You can do a green pumpkin, yellow pumpkin, orange pumpkin, or green gourd, not pumpkin, but a gourd. So you can do green, you can do yellow, you can do orange, okay? You can do dark green leafy vegetable soup, okay? You could do a red soup, like a tomato soup, okay? You could do countless kinds of soup. You could do a corn chowder, corn soups, okay? Now that the weather is changing, soups are a very good. You could do a spicy soup, gazpacho, something cold. Soups are a very good way of stabilizing your gut. Not diets. Don't do these diets, because the diets, when you go, you do it 1 week, and let's say you break the diet, your body literally goes into shock, and then all the parasites come right back. I'm telling you, there is a relationship between illness, food, and these devices. Illness, food, and these devices. Okay? Okay, so Lou L, look at some of my older videos about detox baths. If you can get some oregano, okay, even if you go to the supermarket, if you can get some oregano, okay, some peppermint leaves and some peppermint oil, take that, boil it in a pot. You could put some lemons in there, okay? You can boil that in a pot, okay? Fill your bathtub with hot water and then pour the herbal solution, the hot pot water, into the tub and soak in that. That should start helping you immediately. Lou L, did you get that? Lou L. Okay, good. You see the detoxing, right? Because you're stabilizing your body. So try not to do diets. These diets are crazy. You're welcome, Lou. Try not to do diets. Try, if you want to correct your gut, you do soups. Okay, do soups, because you're not taking your body like a yo-yo. You go a lot without it, and then all of a sudden you slip back, and it's like your body's like this, because remember, your body is like a computer, Okay, so ME, here's an immediate bath that you could do. Get some oregano, like dried oregano, or if you can get like fresh oregano, that's even great, but you just got to get a large quantity of it. You're going to put oregano into a pot. You're going to put some peppermint leaves, okay? Then you're going to put peppermint oil, okay? But the peppermint oil, you're just going to sprinkle it in the tub. You're going to take a lemon You can cut up slice up the lemon. Don't remove the rind. Don't remove the skin. Slice up a lemon. You're going to put all of this into a pot. Now, if you're going to get fresh oregano, buy a lot. Okay, buy about 2 or 3 bundles. Okay. If you use peppermint leaves, if you use oregano leaves, like dried oregano, you could just use, you go to the supermarket, you buy a little bottle, you just pour it in there. Okay. You're going to boil this and bring it to a boil until the water looks dark. You can strain it out in a little cheesecloth or strainer. Then you're going to take the solution, the hot oregano and peppermint and lemon, and you're going to pour it into a tub of hot water. Fill your tub up with hot water. And you're going to go in there and you're going to soak for 45 minutes. Let it get all in your ears. Don't let it get in your eye. You can let it go up your nose. Let it get in your mouth. Just don't let it go in your eye because of the peppermint oil. Okay? You can do that for 45 minutes. You should start feeling well. Sorry, oregano. Oregano. Okay, so Jenna, recently I had that happen to me, and I you know what I did? I went and I got some. So Jenna asked, how about losing hair and being tied always? Okay, the losing hair part is difficult, but you can manage it. Here's what you can do. 2 things. Just last week, I went through a bout of fatigue because it's this Wi-Fi signal, having so many people on these networks. It's the 5G. It's the smart grid. It's the fucking chemtrails. It's like you're inundated. 2 things you need to do. The one of them that I'm going to tell you to do is it's expensive, but if you can afford it, do it because it works. You're going to do the bath that I tell you to do. This is to get rid of the fatigue. When you're eating, you're going to make a dark green leafy vegetable soup. You can use bok choy. You can use kale. You can use what's this this dark green leafy vegetables. Black Americans eat this a lot with cornbread and what's it called again? That dark green leafy vegetable that Black Americans eat. It's called it's a really good one too. Does anyone? Collard greens. Thank you so much, brother. Collard greens. You can make a collard green soup. Collard green soup. No animal milk. No animal milk. No dairy. Okay, because that's cheating. No animal products, sorry. No dairy, no cheese. Okay, you're going to make a dark green soup. You can use bok choy, collard greens, kale, spinach, any type of green. You could mix greens together. Okay, of course you can put tomatoes in there, you can put pumpkin in there, whatever. Okay, but the main base, this is to heal your gut. Okay, what it will do, what soups will do, and you've got to make sure when you're seasoning your soup, okay, don't use seasoning salt alone. Use seasoning herbs, like an oregano, like thyme, like bay leaf, like peppermint. You could go to the supermarket and buy the dried leaves, not the salts, the leaves, okay? Because you're going to use soup to heal your gut. I'm telling you, this works because I did it 2 days ago. I was going through a bout of fatigue and mental fog. And as soon as I made the soup, I drank the soup. Within a couple of hours, all of it dissipated. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to make that soup. You're going to use to season your soup, not the salts, but the herbs. Okay? That's, yeah, Jenny. But what I'm trying to do here, the soup is going to do 2 things. It's going to, because remember, it's a liquid. And when you boil down the greens, when you boil down the vegetables, all of the potency that was in the plant goes into the liquid. That's the fastest way to get it into your bloodstream. You see what I'm saying? So then I'm losing my train of thought here. The fiber, sorry. the fiber from the greens is going to do the flush. You see what I'm saying? So it's two things you're going to do. You're going to send the nutrients back into your bloodstream and your brain. And then the second thing the soup is going to do is the fiber is going to do the flush, as opposed to one thing, which is just a detox cleanse. So that's why I'm telling you, a soup. But make sure, do not put dairy in the soup. Don't put animal products in the soup. Okay? Keep the soup as green as possible. You're going to do two things at once. You're going to send the nutrients into your bloodstream really quickly. Within an hour, you should start feeling it. And then within a couple of hours, it's going to do the flush, as opposed to just sending the cleanse into your bloodstream, pulling the junk out of your bloodstream, and then flushing your body. And then after, you have to go back and replenish. Because if you're detoxing, you have to replenish. And that's the other thing. If you're detoxing, you have to replenish because you're pulling a lot of garbage out. So you got to put the vitamins, the minerals, the nutrients, all of that stuff back into your body. I hope that helps. I use regular tap water. I use regular tap water when I'm cooking and I'm making my soup. So, but on a whole, if I'm drinking water, Evian or pH or the pH water. ME. What do you mean by Frank Rizzo? You got it. Prebiotics. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. If you're not taking any probiotics or prebiotics, very good, Frank, you're going to be stuck. Okay. So someone mentioned, like kimchi, like the Koreans eat a lot of kimchi. In the Caribbean, we eat a lot of sour fruit. A lot of sour fruit. Why? That's why. Probiotics and prebiotics, right? Well, probiotics is tend to be dairy, and prebiotics is a little bit different, right? So you have pro and you have prebiotics. Okay, ME. I don't understand. All right. Hi, Roy. Thank you. You said, I know that is what got me. I don't know what that means, so clarify. Don't drink fluoride. Oh, by the way, there's something I wanted to get, which someone told me. Does anyone know what prill beads are? Prill beads. P-R-I-L-L, prill beads. Prill beads. Does anyone know what prill beads are? Prill beads are supposedly really good at detoxing, cleaning water. And I've been meaning to get prill beads, and they last like a lifetime. I've been meaning to get prill beads. So if anyone knows about prill beads, let me know. Sauerkraut. Bingo. Sauerkraut. I'm trying to think like what pickles. That's what Americans eat when they want to balance their gut. Pickles. Anything pickled. Anything pickled. And that's another thing we eat in the Caribbean. We eat a lot of pickled, like dried fruit. Dried fruit is really potent. A lot of dried fruit, a lot of pickled stuff, a lot of chutneys, a lot of when we eat fruit, we put a ton of seasoning and pepper. If you guys are not accustomed to like hot pepper, that's not good. Okay, try to train yourself. Not Tabasco sauce, because Tabasco is like all chemicals. I mean, how is sriracha? Sriracha is a good one. Like train yourself to get change your taste buds, because the American palate is just sweet and sour. And it's supposed to be bitter, sweet, sour, spicy. And the American food palate is on two things: sweet and salt. I'm sorry. Sweet and salt. And your palate is supposed to be, let me write this down so I don't forget. So you have sweet, you have salt, you have spicy, you have bitter, and there's another one. Sweet, salt, spicy, bitter, and what? There's another one. Sweet, salt, spicy, bitter, I can't remember. Okay, Soul Rebel. Soul Rebel. I think, you know what it is? It's I think it's because she's asking me what's my hardest. It's getting people to believe you. Like, people believe me, but I still have a lot of because I get it internationally on television. Some of you do too. And people want to believe that you did something wrong because they can't fathom that people could be this wicked. Okay? Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on. Let me just okay, sorry about that. Apple cider vinegar. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Ooh, sour. Oh yeah, great, excellent. So let's go back to this. It's sweet. Let's write this down. Sweet, salt. So we know, right? Spicy, bitter, and sour. Okay, so those are the 5 regions in your palate. Okay, so how many people can say in a week they use those 5 of their taste buds, right? So to answer your question, Julie, very good, apple cider vinegar, but you can't use apple cider vinegar in the long haul because of your bones, okay? Apple cider vinegar is something you take like once, twice, every couple of like weeks. It's not something you take every day, and it's not something you take every week for your bones, right? But pickle stuff, you can do that for a while, right? Someone asked me a question. Someone asked me, they say, what is the hardest part of this? Getting people to believe that people can be this wicked. They asked me a question. What's the hardest part of being a TTI? I'm not a TI, I'm a TTI, okay? It's getting people to believe that people can be and are this wicked. Because people want to believe you, but they're like, you must have done something. You must have done something wrong. And when you're like, I didn't, they're like, it's hard for them to cross over and believe. It's like, it's hard for them to believe that you did nothing wrong. They're lying. See, that's the hardest part. Okay, so Janie said, I wanted to tell you when I started watching you, Audrey Stevens' video, I've also experienced church hurt, but most women won't talk about it. I really loved your boldness. Janie, let's talk about it. Are you still here? Let's talk about it. Okay, let's see if you're still here. Okay, let's talk about this. I believe the vinegar is good for lowering. Yep, vinegar is good for lowering blood pressure. Vinegar is not something you can take a lot, right? So let's talk about Janie, because there was a lot of people here who have experienced what they call church hurt. I'm going to go there. Let me be frank. I know I'm going to lose a lot of you. You don't have to agree with me, but this is where I stand. I do not follow any religion anymore. I don't have hatred for Christians, but I'm done with religion. And I'm not saying them or their gods. Neither them nor their gods saved me or helped me when I was going through this shit. But let's not call it church hurt. It is not church hurt, Johnny. It is not church hurt, G. It is abuse. Can we say it is abuse? I need to know that the people who were physically, mentally, emotionally hurt in a church can say that it is not church hurt. It is abuse. Write it and let me know. Because if you who have experienced this cannot say that it is abuse, I cannot have a conversation with you. Why? Because your Bible tells you to forgive this kind of behavior. And abuse is a behavior that should not warrant forgiveness. When a person makes a mistake, you forgive, because all human beings make mistakes. But abuse is something that is premeditated. It continues, and if it's not corrected, okay, it escalates. If you're asking me to forgive someone who made a mistake, of course I can forgive someone who made a mistake. But systemic abuse is not a mistake. It is learned and practiced behavior. Does anyone agree with this? Or do they want to relegate what you've been through as church hurt? Okay, let's see. Right. Can you? Good. I'm glad to see we're on the same page. I'm glad to see we're on the same page. You have to call it what it is. It is abuse. Let me put it this way. If an adult, there are parameters between adults and children, right? When those lines of they're clear parameters that we have, all of us have. There are behaviors that we have that we know. Children, those behaviors should not be inflicted upon children. Okay, whether it's learned behavior or it's innate behavior, like we grew up knowing, okay, children are, a certain way and we have to behave certain ways around them. Let's use that as an example. Those who are in the church must know that there are parameters to their behavior. You don't need a God to tell you. You do not slander someone. You don't need a Bible. If someone has to give you a Bible to tell you not to lie on someone, you are deficit of being a human being. You need more than a God. You need to go back into the womb and be reborn again. If you need a book to tell you, don't lie on, don't physically, mentally, you literally need to be reborn, because you came out the womb the wrong goddamn way. You came out with your feet, not your head. And you need to go back and come back out head first. There's a reason why we come out head first. There's a reason why we come out of the womb head first and not feet first. You see? Why? Because the head and the heart is the seat of your will, emotions, and so on. And there's a scientific reason as well, right? So we understand that what you have been through in the church is abuse. Now let us go into the history of how long the churches have been abusing people. What you have been through is not something new. Institutions, especially institutions that are backed by a God and money, have been abusing people for thousands of years, and nothing has changed. And when you read what your Jesus, because I'm done with all of it, what you read, what your Jesus went through when he said, listen, stop abusing the flock. They murdered him. They murdered him. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? They murdered one of the Christos for treating people right. Am I wrong? So if they can do that to a person who is a Christos, you think these people give a shit about you? It is abuse. Exactly, Julie. Now, how do we deal with abuse? Okay, you have to have goddamn self-worth. The Bible is not going to give you self-worth. You have to find out in yourself if you are worthy. You cannot believe anyone telling you that you are not worthy. If you were not worthy, you would never be incarnated. You have self-worth. You have to say to yourself, what am I worth? Because if you value yourself, okay, if you value yourself, hold on, and you have parameters for yourself, you would not allow certain behaviors. The issue with the Bible, let's honestly look at this book. Why so many people go through the types of violent abuse they go through is because the Bible tells you in Ephesians, slaves, obey your masters, even when they are abusive. Now, how does a person who has self-worth, who values themselves, who is being abused by a pastor or abused by a deacon, when they see those words telling the person to obey them, what will they do? Self-worth, women. Self-worth, man. No one has the right, not even a book, has the right to tell you to withstand abuse and to obey and submit yourself to it. I know this is a hard message, and I know many people are going to be like, no, she telling me disobey the Bible, I'm out of here. Then go and get abused, but don't cry. And put your children in the midst of abuse, and then your children will grow up and hate you. Then your children will grow up and hate you for not protecting them from abuse. But don't blame me. If you want the truth, I'll give you that. The Bible tells you to obey your masters when they abuse you, even when they're good and when they're not. When a person has self-esteem, when a person believes that they have worth, you will not stomach any kind of abuse. So let me ask you a question, those of you who have had church hurt. Do you value the people who are doing this to you more than you? Or do you value yourself more than the people who's doing this to you? Where do you place your value? Do not answer me and tell me Jesus, okay? Between you and your abusers, between you, here's what I'm asking you. I'm not talking about the Bible. I'm talking about you in relationship to your abusers. Do you value your abusers more than you? Or do you value yourself more than your abusers? Can anyone answer that question? And I'm not talking about is everyone worthy. I'm asking you. How do you value yourself? You see, most of you can't even answer that when you're religious. Because you're taught not to put value and self-worth on yourself, and that is where your first problem comes in. You know why, Frank? Because I've been through it, and I don't think I should get rich off of this. You know, if I were to get rich, let it be for something that I produce, like I create, but not rich off of, you know, helping people through something I've been through. But thank you. But let it be through something I create that people want to buy. But helping them for something that I've been through myself, I don't need to be rich off of that. But thanks. But seriously, you see, Johnny, that is what I like. Johnny answered, and she's the only one who answered. And I could feel the Christians crying. I can feel you guys crying. Not only can I feel you crying, I see you crying because you're terrified to say that you're worthy. And you see, Christians, that's why I said to you. That's why I said to you, Christians, some of you might want to leave the room because, you see, seek and you will find life. Say, I value myself, but I pray for my abuser. You're halfway out of the matrix, but you're partially in. You cannot pray for an abuser. The abuser has to come to terms with being an abuser. You can pray all you want. If the person doesn't come to terms with the fact that their action violates someone else, your prayers are going to waste. You're halfway out there. You're halfway out there. But Johnny said, I am worth my weight in rubies. And I love this answer. You know why? Because it tells me that Johnny she knows who she is. And people like that, abusers don't mess with. I'm telling you, people like that, when these predators and these predatory spirits, they pick up that people are like that. You know, I once had a Satanist tell me, Christians are the dumbest people on the planet because we can literally kill them and they'll think they're doing a service to their God. Think about that. Think about that. Johnny said, I am worth my weight in rubies. This is a person who knows what they're worth. And it's difficult for people to try to physically abuse people like this and pull the wool over their eyes. Because when they pick up that energy, I agree, Z. When they pick up that energy, it's like, nah, this person is alert. They're going to pick me up in 2 seconds. They're going to pick up on my crook in 2 seconds. You understand? Bullshitters have a hard time penetrating people like this. You got Christians. Apart from your belief in your Jesus and your belief that your pastor is the second coming of Christ, you have to know that you are physically worthy. The problem with believing that you're physically worthy is that they brainwash you in Christianity to tell you that you're not. And your only worth comes through Christ who gives you everything. And I'm here to tell you, no, you are worthy. Case closed. That's it. It is okay to love yourself. It is okay when you do something well to sit down and say, wow, I did a good job. It is okay to look in the mirror and say, I am beautiful. It's okay. But you are being conditioned not to believe that you're beautiful, not to be proud when you do something well, and that makes you an open door for parasites. It makes you an open door for predators. It makes you a lame duck. I'm not saying be arrogant. I'm better than you. Arrogant is just projecting your bullshit onto someone else. Oh, I'm better than you than this. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you privately assess yourself, it is okay to say, I can draw well. When you privately assess yourself, it's okay to say, I look good. When you privately assess yourself, it's okay to say, I did a good job. It's okay to say, I'm beautiful. It's okay to say, oh, I'm getting healthier. It's okay to love and enjoy you. It's okay. I know, but if you go to church, Christianity will tell you no, because that's self and that's the flesh. No flash, you're in the flesh. News flash, you're physical. G, good point. Jesus was the name of a slave ship. Do you know what the name Jesus in Greek means? It means earth pig. But I'm not here for Jesus today. I'm just here to help those who are abused in religion to lay a foundation of self-worth. Now, how many of you Christians were crying? Because I felt some of you crying in my spirit. Soul rebel, I like to create anything that's good. But I always think in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I create something, shit, are they going to take it and use it for evil? That's how I'm literally like that now. Like everything I try to create, I'm like, how can they use this for evil? Because these people's minds is so fucked up. Everything that is created, we have to find a way we can use it to destroy humanity, you know? Possibly, you know. Aunt Marika says, aren't most abusers abuse children? Possibly. But there comes a point in time when you see that your behavior is hurting other people. And it's up to you to say, if I continue hurting other people and I don't want to see them hurt, I have to correct my mistakes. This is why you can't pray for someone to change. You ask them to change. You ask a person, for example, if I do something wrong and I offend you, you don't pray for me. You go, hey, Rai, listen, what you said hurt me. I'd be like, oh shit, sorry. Okay, I apologize. Help me to become aware of when I'm hurting you so it doesn't seem like I'm doing it on purpose. You see what I'm saying? You don't pray for the person. You let the person know what they're doing is hurting you. And if the person wants to correct their behavior, they'll come to terms with themselves and say, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Let me work on that so I don't continue to hurt you because I value you. You see what I'm saying? I value you. When people have no value for you, they abuse, like the criminals who run this program. The only value in you they see is money. Like the criminals in the churches. And something that you need to know. Do you know that the churches do 90% of their recruiting in prisons? Think about that. And then think about your abuse. Does it mean that people who come out of prisons can't be transformed by Jesus? No, but if the churches do 90% of their outreach into prisons, and these people are playing a game, think about where the root of your behavior is coming from. The root of your abuse, you know? Okay, so someone says, I'm a Christian, and the scripture tells me to watch for people that will come in like vicious wolves, not sparing the flock. Pastors try people, but God is good. Okay, that's what you want to believe, that's what you want to follow. But your Bible also tells you, when they abuse you, obey them. It's in Ephesians. Okay, G says Noah's Ark is bullshit. It didn't save me. It didn't stop the churches from trying to destroy me. It didn't stop when they did the slander campaign on me, and I'm over that. Okay? But I like that, Johnny. Church abuse, not church hurt. Because what was done to you is not hurt, it is abuse. Okay? We are all worthy. However, explain how you confront your perps, right? My perps, they don't come near me because they don't come near me. Believe me. The only thing I mainly get is just the feedback from the implants and the hacking that I have to take care of on my computer, cell phones, etc. But they don't really come. They don't really come near me. Okay. Is it possible to get out of the system as a TI? And can you be a target since yes, you can be a TTI since birth. Yes, especially if your parents were TTIs. And it is possible there are people who got out of it, and there are various ways to get out of it. There are those that misuse the scriptures. True. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to find the comment section. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, Satanism is based on self-love. Christianity is based on love of everyone besides yourself. Here's what I'm going to tell you. There is nothing wrong with loving you. You cannot put other people ahead of you and expect wolves not to use you. You have to love yourself first. When you know how to love yourself and you have parameters about what that love is, You do not go around loving everyone. You have to you respect everyone. But love is something that should not be shared with everyone. Love is something that should be earned. Should be earned. So, Frank, think about that. Think just like I thought about your statement. You cannot love someone if you have no love and respect for yourself. You cannot be going around loving people with no love and respect for yourself. Okay? You have to love yourself first. Your love has to have parameters. What are the parameters of my self-love? Abuse is a parameter that I don't like. You see what I'm saying? Hatred, using people, lies, slander, duplicity. These are parameters that you don't like, right? I know I'm worthy. I'm a beauty energy worker, wonderful, but my purpose psychotically obsessed over, and these people are devils. It's okay to be free on all levels. I agree. Churches don't tell the truth because they aren't allowed. Dorothy, you got it. 501c3 nonprofit. Right. I am not my outside only, but no one has the right to default. Feather, sorry. You're absolutely right. We need anger too. Perhaps expose and stop. Yes, anger is good. Anger is there for a reason. Okay, and most people don't get angry at injustice. Sorry, most people don't get angry at stupid things. They get angry because of injustice. Okay, so anger is there for a reason. Now, what you do with your anger can cause you trouble or can correct a situation. But anger is good for at certain times, right? Yep, MK Ultra runs this planet. Do you feel if a person is an abuser, is that a demonic spirit? Okay, seek, that's a good question. I'm going to answer it this way. There are human beings who look like you and me. Okay, so seek and you will find. Ask me a question. Question, do you feel if a person is an abuser, that is that a demonic spirit that they're dealing with? I'm going to answer it 3 ways. There are people, you and I are humans, okay? You and I are humans. Our spirit is human, okay? Then there are people who look human, but their spirit is something else. Then there are those who are not human, but they look human. Get it? I hope that answers your question. I used to cry, but no more. I left church, but I'm struggling to reverse. Oh my God, Lou L, that programming is the worst. Seek knowledge. That's my answer to you. The programming is the worst. Seek knowledge, but start with how to properly love yourself. Start with things like understanding personality disorders. Okay, when you're trying to deprogram from bad religion, begin to reprogram with the correct foundation. First, how to properly love yourself. When you begin to learn how to love yourself, you begin to see the mistakes you made. You're not supposed to walk around this planet loving everyone. First of all, no, okay? You're not supposed to walk around this planet loving everyone. You're supposed to walk around this planet loving those who love you, nobody else. Anyone who wants a share of that love must earn it. Must earn it. Okay, must earn it. Respecting everyone, yes. Treating everyone with dignity, yes. But you're not supposed to. There are serious enemies out here, guys. You're not supposed to be walking around because you leave yourself like a sitting duck for predators when you think like that. You know? Okay. Absolutely, Z. Yep, government abuse. Even in government law, there's things called abuse of power. So yes, government's abuse too. There is a book, Leaving the Fold. If you're leaving a brainwashing type of church, that is a good book. That's one of the books I read about when I first left religion. Frank says you help them to change. No, Frank, don't waste your time. You're giving people energy who don't deserve it. You don't help evil people to change. Evil people know what the hell they're doing. They have to want to change. They have to want to change. You can't help an evil person to change. If we could help evil people to change, why do we have so many evil people on the planet? Okay? You don't help them to change. They gotta come to the bottom and realize I have to change this decision. Gee, churches are full of religious demons. I agree. That makes sense. Yes. However, there are many possessed by, I agree, Mariko, possessed by Lucifer. It's more than Lucifer. They're possessed by archons. They're possessed by some of these entities. They're walk-ins. Some people are being taken over by robotics. Some people are iBots and androids. They're being taken over by the artificial intelligence. Some people are being, it's not just demonic entities, there's technologies people are being taken over with. Okay? Some people are being taken over with by television programming. I mean, it's a whole bunch that's just, it's a mess. Okay? Build self-esteem the proper way. Spending time with yourself, learning who you are, learning to love who you are, loving your good side and your bad side, and the side that you don't like, the ugly side, mapping them out and working on self-development. How do I become better in this area that I'm not so happy about? How do I become better in this area that I'm not so happy about? When you begin to do that and you begin to develop yourself and learn to love yourself, believe me, half the shit, Frank, that you deal with inside of these churches, you're not going to want to deal with it. When you have a foundation where you love yourself and you respect yourself, half that shit you're not going to want to deal with. You know, believe me. Oh, Jenna. Oh my God, these people are crazy. Absolutely, because they're criminals. So I would love to, but I'm so busy. I'm not sure if I can do one every Saturday, but I would love to. And YouTube just left me out of prison, so let's see how it goes, right? So Rebel, I leave evil people alone. You get it. Do not attempt to change evil people. Don't. Because you'll be battling their demons. You'll be battling the demons that just, the demons that are in there that are like, oh, I've been in here for 10,000 years and you're coming to get me out of them. Then you could be battling, what if they're not human? People, you think every negative action a person has to do with an entity inside of a person? What if they're not human? Okay, Frank, and you're still holding on to Jesus? Frank, remember the bath that I told you about? That is no way to live, Frank. That is no way to live. You have a right to live peacefully on this planet, not being burned and tortured alive. Okay? Oh. Sorry, I almost forgot to tell you guys about this. Okay? I think it's like $30 for one or something. They're kind of expensive the more you buy. Now that Frank just said that, I just remembered. Okay, they're called EMF filters, and you plug it into the sockets in your wall, okay? And what it does is it gets rid of the dirty electricity in your home. The dirty electricity in your home. I wish I could do this experiment, but the next time. Okay, Frank, if that works for you, then it works for you, okay? Dirty electricity in your home. Much of your electronic torture is coming from the dirty electricity in your home. And I wish I could do that experiment now, but I can't. I was going to show you right here this experiment. Okay, so if you can get a couple. Jenny, does it work for you? You plug it into your wall and it eliminates the dirty electricity. So you want to do, and the other one is diodes. Okay, so the diodes the diodes are a little bit cheaper. You put it on your Wi-Fi router, you put it on your cell phones and your computers, okay? Okay, good. So please, if you can get, hi Void, if you can get EMF filters, they work to clean your home of dirty electricity. because much of your torture is dependent upon you being electromagnetically hypersensitive. And that comes from the dirty electricity when you plug in anything in your outlet. It comes from the radiation off of your Wi-Fi. It comes from all the 5G smart meters, okay? So if you can, please get an EMF filter for your sockets, okay? Exactly. So all these things work as well, right? But most importantly, you got to get the nanotech out of your body and disable these implants. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Marika said, YouTube is so sly. The live stream is lagged by several minutes. YouTube, I told you I hate them. They're just so evil. You answer my questions 4 to 6 minutes after I write. No, YouTube is useless. I'm just, they just, it's a great platform, but they act like terrorists. They really do. Okay, let's see. Yep. Yeah, Soul Rebel, let me tell you something. When you begin to love yourself, all of a sudden, you start glowing again. Because part of this program is to get you to hate the way you look and get you to hate yourself. Because they want to make you feel like you did something to deserve this. And I'm like, no, you're the criminal, you're the pervert, you're the rapist, you're the this, you're the that. Don't project your bullshit on me. Okay? Spend time loving yourself. Spend time enjoying yourself. Spend time enjoying yourself and loving yourself. There's nothing wrong with it, guys. You're not going to burn in hell because you loved yourself. There is nothing wrong with loving yourself. There is everything right in loving yourself. Because so many people walk around this planet with so much self-hate. And it's these people with all this goddamn self-hate who are causing so much goddamn problems. Oh, good, good, good. Oh, wow. Frank, can I tell you something? Frank, I'll bet you any amount of money. The people who are doing this to you are the same people who are doing this to me. Church people. But I don't want to talk about that right now. I don't want to talk about that now. A lot of the people, a lot of your perps are so-called Christians. Okay, Frank. Well, I just hope it helps you. That is your path and you find it. All right, guys. I think we had fun today. Oh my God, it's 2 hours. So listen, it's 2 hours. I'm going to get going. I'm going to try to make another video. Hopefully I have something good to say the next time I come back on. Thank you so much for joining me. Sharon Petronilia. Nelia. That is a beautiful name. Petronilia. That is beautiful. That's a gorgeous name. Mwah, she. Guys, okay, so if I have any crucial information that I can give you and I can share with you that will help you, I will, okay? But if I don't have anything to say, I'll just come on and just give you guys a little bit of support because I understand how this program works. Thank you so thank you. Yeah, I do, right? Thank you. Yeah, Jenna, yeah, they do. They do. And they do it with satellites. Yep, Emmy, you get what I'm saying. You get what don't give these people love. Love is a powerful energy. Why would you give I'm not giving them a damn thing. Okay? So guys, take care of yourself. If I have anything that can uplift your spirit, make you feel, I wish we could do a YouTube party with music. And the reason why I wanted to do that, because music has a way of lifting your energy and dispelling negative energy. And you know what happened to me when I did that, right? YouTube set me in prison for 3 months. Right? Right? So, guys, hopefully I have time sometime next week maybe to do a video. Okay, and when I get any information that can help you, okay, make sure to get those EMF filters, okay, at least in your bedroom. Okay, it's probably going to cost you like $100 for a couple. Sorry, look on eBay to see if you can find it, okay, and get it and put it in your sockets and stuff like that. And if you can get diodes, okay, that's another thing. And when you're using your cell phone, never put a cell phone to your ears. Always use headphones. Never put a cell phone to your ears, okay? Yeah, you know, yeah, if I can find some good no-name music, you know, I'll do that. So maybe we can have a party so I won't get in trouble again. But I don't even want to risk it because it might be their music and then they'd be like, ah. And that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it to help you guys because no human being should be tortured. If a person commits a crime, that's what jail is for. Torturing people? I mean, these people, I can't with these devils. Anyway, all right. So guys, have a good night. If I have any help that it can help you guys, if I have any help, thank you so much. And Sharon, I love your last name. All right. So guys, have a wonderful evening. Try to like relax yourself. Go on YouTube. Go on YouTube. Before I go, I'm going to give you this. This helps a lot. YouTube, type in running water sounds and play that in the background when you're about to go to sleep. It's remarkable what running water can do. Have a wonderful evening. Love you. Love yourself, guys. And next one, I think I might go into church abuse. Church abuse. Church abuse. Okay? Church abuse. I might do that. Love yourself. Okay? Love yourself first before you love anyone else. Peace out.